Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 62nd episode of Kouryer Podcast. Today, I'm joined with Fernanda Da Costa. She's a visual development artist and art director from Blumenau, Brazil. I hope I pronounced that right. And
Mhm.
before we begin, uh, yes, my t-shirt is the same as the two last episode, but here's the thing. Today is May 9th, and I just recorded three episodes. This is the third episode I'm recording today. So if you see my t-shirt's the same, my face is the same, it's not that I don't take care of myself. It's just all the episodes being on the same day. Now, with that tangent out of the way, let's get to the questions. Um, Give us a little introduction on how you got into visual arts and design.
Hey, so yeah, first of all, thank you for inviting me, and let me think. Like, I always loved art, everything art related, like in the house and in the school. So I was looking for a job that could do that. When people asked me, I thought about architecture. I started fashion design, and then I got into graphic design, and then I found games. I was like, okay, now I can put is one profession where I can put everything that I learned so far in the one place. So clothes for characters and environments. So yeah, that's the way I found about games and that I could be part of that industry.
Awesome. And were you originally studying art and design, or you were pursuing another career path? I mean, when you were in high school, or when you wanted to go to college, or maybe even before that, you already knew you were going to this direction. But how was it? Were you going another direction, then change to art? Like, how was this? How did this story happen for you?
I thought about other professionals when I was in school, but no, like I got into law school, but I didn't start. I didn't went to the first day. I dropped off and I went to fashion school, so like the same thing. But then because my mom did clothes, my grandma used to do clothes. So I was thinking maybe I can continue the family business. But no, yeah, games won my heart later.
Which have you been a gamer since you were a child, since your childhood, or you just recently discovered them?
No, no, I'm a late person. Like my brothers were into games, so I always
Oh,
saw them, yeah, playing a lot of games, and they would tell me like it's fun, you should try. I was like, maybe. I was playing Sims, and he was like, no, World of Warcraft is like Sims, but it's better. Like
oh my god.
until I accepted the idea, I started playing World of Warcraft. So,
Oh,
and I
you
invested,
started with WoW.
yeah, I invested a big chunk of a year into WoW. So,
Good, good. And what year did you start, by the way?
sorry.
What the year did you start WoW?
Ooh, I
Not exact year,
I
around
think
here.
yeah, 2010, because
Oh,
2011 I was going to a championship, so
hmm.
I was already into it. Like
Wait, World of Warcraft Championship?
no, 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 like making games like Microsoft
Oh,
Imagine Cup. No, 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 I was not that
I was like,
into.
wow, we got a hardcore gamer here.
No, but I was like on that. I think that's why also like games were a good part of my life when I started. They helped me a lot. So was I had a bad year, so I got into games and I found nice people there, like inside of work. Whoa. So I got that good feeling. I was like, is something good in like on people's lives? So I want to be part of that too.
I mean, that was actually a weird sentence. I found nice people in WoW. Usually, we find me personally, like most people, not just me, we find a lot of toxicity in the online games. But actually, it's really wholesome and nice when you sometimes get found nice friends, a good group of friends in a game. That's super fun. That's always super fun.
Hmm. I think I can. I am easy to ignore and easy to forget the bad part
Hmm.
because I don't know. For example, now I'm playing Overwatch, and
Hmm.
when there's bad people talking in the chat, I just like I'm not reading it. Like I
Just
don't care if
watch.
you don't like the way I play. Like I'm playing, I'm having fun. So yeah.
Yeah, and just I'm just gonna say one thing. Never, I, I know some people listening to this might disagree with me, but don't go to side of Dota 2 or League of Legends. Those they have horribly toxic communities, and I
Okay.
use
Yeah.
and I played them a lot, and I played them a
Uh-huh.
lot, and I haven't played them in months. I just don't like them. I just play Valorant sometimes now or Apex Legends because they're fun games,
Ah,
you know.
nice, nice. Yeah.
But of
Or
course,
you should.
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
I just mute the chat. You know, that's what I want to say. Now go.
Yeah, no, or just play with people you know, so you don't need to to listen to. crazy
Yeah,
people around.
most of my friends don't play the same games as me. Like I
Mm,
just play chess with one of my friends, and that's it.
got it, got it. Oh, chess is good.
Yeah, chess is awesome.
No toxic people.
Oh, trust me, there's still a lot of toxic people in chess. Trust me.
Really? Oh
I, I,
gosh.
I swear. It's weird, I know. Like chess, who would think that a game like chess would
Yeah,
have toxicity?
I know.
Oh,
So we have no salvation. Yeah. So if chess
exactly.
people is mean, no.
Trust me, they're really mean.
Okay, I'll not try
And
that too.
no, I mean, try. Just the best thing is just to mute chats.
Hmm.
Just play for your. Just put on your playlist and play for your fun. That's the best thing.
Okay.
And all right, let's get to the next question. What is your main branch of design that you're focusing on, and tell us about your experience from the start of it until now. I mean, of course, in
Mm.
the introduction, I already mentioned that you're a art director and like kind of like a um, visual development artist, but we want to get more specific, and in depth.
Hmm. So yeah, visual development is something I love. Like the idea of creating a world. I always get more into the characters. I don't know if because the environment is still something that is too much, but it's so nice to think about the story of the characters and what they would do, what kind of friends they would have, what they are scary of. So yeah, I love that part. But how I get into it, it's like I was something more natural. Like you get inside the games, like inside the game development thing, and you need to start thinking like what is the environment they are in, and then you start thinking what are the characters that people will want to play. So yeah, this whole process is something like natural. But I feel like more and more I'm starting to think about what is the feeling of the player, the feeling we want the player to have. So like if it's gonna be a scary game or it's gonna be something that should feel like Saturday morning because it's one of the games that we are doing now. So like how do you want to feel? You want to have no stress, don't remember any of the bad things you have in life, or no, we want you to feel scary and or tension. So all that is something you can put into art, and that's the part I love about the visual development. It's not just let's create one image. It's like no, let's create a word.
All right, awesome. And how does your design process usually go anytime you want to start working on a project?
Hmm. Yeah, I think I normally talk with the team and everybody that's like putting into the story, putting information to the story, and talk about the feelings people have. Because also the great thing about working with a team is like first when I was working alone or when I work on my personal projects is like how do I feel about it? How do I feel about this theme and how do I react? So talking and working with more people is discovering how other people feel. So how and then you can start transforming that into images. Like is dark images, bright images, colorful, or should it all be gray? And then after that, then I'd start thinking about the concept. So start experimenting and making thumbnails and sketches and then building the world together. So also one of my last projects I had a lot of characters to work with. And the good thing was like I started one, pass it to another, and then I could come back. And I found out that and sorry, I found out that like that process was better because I could come back and with a new eyes, fresh eyes, and improve. So yeah, that's one thing I like to have a lot of things to do in the same word and have time to come back and improve.
All right, makes sense. Now, I actually wanted to talk about some of your works in in a specific. I want to talk about one of the works that made me even find your profile. Find your
Hmm.
works, and I think you already can guess which one I'm talking about. And the one that's won you the character design challenge, the Mushroom
Ah,
Character.
yeah.
Uh, First, could you please explain to us what is the character design challenge and and tell us a story about behind the concept of your drawing and how you made it, how long did it took, what was the challenges, basically the whole story.
Sure, sure. So character design challenge is a challenge is a group that happens in Facebook mainly, but is something that is an awesome team. They look for new themes every month, put into the group, and I don't know how many artists are in that group, but we all start working on the same theme. And the good thing is like you learn about new themes, like things I never thought about or heard about, and you start searching, making your reference board. So it's new it's new information into your brain, into your library, visual library. And when artists start posting into the group, you start looking at all the different ideas everybody had. Like I never thought about like taking that direction. So it's awesome. It's awesome. It's an awesome place for artists to find to meet. And my I think you're talking about the old lady with the fur coat. No,
No,
so
I
that's
don't
the
think.
previous one because I'm taking part of the challenge every month now.
Oh,
So the previous one was the mushroom fighter.
yeah, the mushroom fighter. Yeah.
Ah, okay, yeah, that one is like the idea was like mushroom fighter. So I searched fighter and mushrooms and started putting together and thinking how is this character? What would he doing? So first of all, I chose to be a female because I think we need more female characters, especially fighters. And I don't know. I looked into what was the country who consumed more mushrooms and was more Asian countries. So I thought about Muay Thai. That was a fight that I already tried. I was like, okay, let's make her a Muay Thai fighter. And started trying poses and looking for different mushrooms that I found pretty. And yeah, I connected these two mushrooms and experimented until I got to that shape that I liked.
All right, awesome. I mean, yeah, I can see the wristband kind of looks like a Muay Thai wristband as well.
Hmm.
And
Yeah,
good
and I
choice.
wanted to make her like in a tired pose
Mm,
because it's kind of the way I'm feeling now, like with all this pandemic situation. It's just like tired, but she's going to keep fighting. So
mm,
I didn't want to make her like l- like she lost the battle,
mm,
but not an easy one.
mm. Awesome. And another thing I want to ask you about is that I saw on your resume in ArtStation that you're and of course you mentioned that you're an art director.
Mhm.
You're an art director at Ascended Studio. Could you please tell us about how
Yes.
did the opportunity came by and what exactly your job entails at this studio?
Hmm. So I started in Ascended, I think 3 years ago, and they were looking for a UI artist. And I always worked on small companies for games, so you end up doing a little bit of everything. So I already knew how to do UI, so I applied for the job. I got into, and as soon as I got into, I started like getting more to do too, like not doing only the UI but also the characters and trying a little bit of environments. And I think they saw how I wanted to do and how I wanted to help the team, and they asked me if I wanted to get the art position, the art director position. And I found out that I really like that because it's a lot of organization too. So I know I can't do as much as much art as other artists because you have to also organize which tasks are we going to do that week, what we need, or what the other artists need before they continue with with their tasks. But I love that. It's a nice thing, like talking about what is the mood of the game, what we need, what can be improved.
All right. And by the way, have you ever heard what's your opinion on NFTs? I mean, have you heard about them? Like they're
Ooh.
everywhere.
Yeah, yeah, I heard. I think like the same mentality that makes me like characters is like trying to be empathic to every character that I'm trying, or a lot of how people think is what doesn't help me make decisions about this thing. So I don't have a clear opinion on that NFT. I understand that people there is some artists that are getting good money out of it, and I love it. I think artists should get their like should be recognized. But I also see that's like I don't understand the idea of like an original art that people can still because I saw something happen this week to one Brazilian artist that he was like somebody's selling my NFT. It's like it's not even I that I posted, so it's not the original one. But yeah, but I think like all with all the new things that come, to the world, we need to improve. We need to see what is the best way, and it's always nice to see something new.
Interesting. And yeah, I mean, like the majority, there's like two major sides in this whole debate, and like one of them are anti NFT. They say it's the worst thing for the environment, and there's like a lot of loopholes, and the technology has a lot of holes in it. Like as you mentioned, like one of the cases, and the other side is like this is awesome. We're making money, and it's cool and progressive, and the both here's a thing that's not just in NFTs, that just humans in general. They
Hmm.
don't try to see the point of view of each other. People who are against NFT, they are not against artists making money, and the people who are pro NFT are not. They don't want to destroy the environment. So essentially, both sides want the same thing. If they start to listen to each other and
But
try to
also like
yeah.
that also like the normally the people who are the, how do you say, the extremes
Hmm.
are the ones who make the fight, but they are the one that make the other people move.
Hmm.
So it's good. It's good to have the extremes too. Like if you,
Yeah.
if you don't have the extreme, nobody would like try to change anything. It's like
Yeah.
everything is kind of good. So
Yeah, kind of chill. Yeah.
so it's just more people, like it's to see how many different people we have in the world, and it's
Yeah.
more references for characters. So I
And
love
that's actually
that.
that's actually a really interesting point you made. That's good to have extremes.
Because otherwise we wouldn't
Interesting.
move. We would be in the same place.
Exactly. And next question is: have you ever used your dreams as inspirations for your works?
Ooh, no, I'm horrible at remembering dreams. I almost never have. Like when I wake up, I almost don't, never have. I know I must have dreamed because it's what people say you do, but I don't remember any dream.
I mean, exactly. There are like with dreams, there's like a huge gap between people as well. Like there's so many sides. Like for example, there are people like me. Like for example, I have super detailed visual dreams,
Hmm.
and sometimes they're like a story. They're like a story that my brain makes. My brain makes.
Hmm.
I don't make. That's a weird thing. And
But
sometimes
when we wake up, you remember the visual part.
exactly.
Ah, that's so awesome.
And like there's the one dreams that are super surreal and weird, and you don't know how to feel about them when you wake up. Or like, what just happened?
Hmm.
Like the other night, I was having a dream. Like some parts of it was I was running down the street. I saw a world chess champion and Magnus Carlsen. And he told me, "What are you doing here?" And I was like, "I don't know. Where should I go?" And I went there. Then I wounded up in China, somewhere in China. Then there was like a
Oh, that's
YouTube.
so cool.
Then there was a YouTuber I found. I watched his videos, and it took weird turns. Then we were in a car chase. The sinkhole
Uh-huh.
appeared. Then I went back to the yard of my grandmother's house. Like I'm seeing like weird stuff like this. Then there
Uh-huh.
were like robots coming trying to shoot us. Like, I don't know. Just my brain
That's
is weird.
awesome. Yeah, you have like a machine, a like concept machine in your head. It's like, no, I need to look for a lot of reference to try to create something out of the box.
And actually, just and let me tell you an interesting thing. Like my sometimes some of my dreams are like movies. Like for example, there's this
Uh-huh.
guy running in a sea, and my brain when I'm watching the dream is like a movie. Like the camera's moving around, something like that, then
That's
changes
so cool.
perspective.
Hmm. Must be
I
because you are into it. I imagine like you like to notice that kind of things in movies. Like,
yeah,
ooh, that camera
exactly.
was cool. And so
I
that,
guess
that's so
I guess
amazing
yeah.
that your brain can use that even in dreams.
Yeah, and yeah, they're really interesting. That's actually one of the newest questions I added to the repertoire of my list. Questions I ask
Uh
artists,
huh.
because I think dreams are fascinating, and w- dreams were one of the few reasons I actually wanted to learn to draw because I could make my dreams come to life.
Uh huh.
Honestly,
Oh,
I'm not kidding. Since I was 16, 17, that's one of the main reasons I wanted to learn to draw.
that's an awesome
And
reason.
yeah, and who are your favorite artists and designers that have inspired you the most?
So I have the basics, like the master ones, like Lion Decker, and I don't know who else. But there were the ones that we follow to learn the more fundamental things. But I'm also into like artists that are trying, that the artistic life of them is so, I don't know, so big that they live it all the time. So like that Anne Oxman that appeared on Abstract Show of Netflix, because she's a designer, I think, and she's putting that in like into clothes making, and I don't know what other ideas, but she was crazy. And when I saw that show, I was like, I want to be like that. I want to like try different things, even if I love games. But on my side projects, I would like to try everything. It's like it's a big word. So another one, like fashion designers are amazing because even if you can't wear that conceptual clothes, but they are really trying something different. They are pushing the boundaries. So like I made my last character was inspired by Iris Apfel, and I saw her documentary and was amazing how she doesn't care about the other opinions, but not in a bad way, but the way like I want to have fun, and I think that's a great thing to feel as an artist.
All right, and oh my God, I forgot to ask you something beforehand a couple
Mhm.
minutes ago. One of the most important things I should have I supposed to note, but I didn't. But I'm just gonna ask now. I think one of the smartest like creative ideas that I saw in an art page on Instagram is on your page, and which is the virtual tours and drawings you're doing. Could you please tell us about that? Explain to
Mhm.
the audience what is it and
Sure,
why
sure.
you're doing it.
Actually, it's about environment, so it's the thing that I'm scared of, but is because in one of our projects in the company, I am the one the responsible for making environments. And the whole idea was like, let's make a city that doesn't feel like only one place in the world, because our team is from all over the world. We have people from Korea, like Brazil, Colombia, Norway, Greece, everywhere. So I started talking to everyone and asking them like, where should I go if I could visit you? And they would tell me one or two places in their city. So I would take like the Google Street View and go to that places and walk around and start making sketches of the signs of the stores and I don't know, everything you can find in the street. And it's awesome like how there's even a game like the I don't know, but it's a game where you Google Street puts you in a place in the world and you need to discover which part of the
G-
world you are.
GeoGuessr.
GeoGuessr, yes.
All right.
And I was amazed by the games. Like now I'm gonna get good at that. Like 'cause now I know how like the streets are. I was like, this needs to be in a South Asian country
Mm,
because I remember that the signs were like this. So yeah, and then I was trying every week to visit a new place, make some sketches, and then I was posting on my Instagram some of the results.
yeah,
It
I
was
really
fun thing.
yeah, I really encourage you to continue it and make it a huge series, or maybe even dedicate a page to them.
Ah, uh
Because
huh.
because here's the thing, it's not something that will get a lot of followers at first, but if you, for example, continue and do it when it comes to like 500, 600 of a sketch, and people see the magnitude of your work you put in, they want to see, oh, then they want to see all of them, they can go back
The
and
whole
see.
word.
And I think it's just like things like that are really just interesting when I see, for example, someone who has been doing something for a long time or a lot of
True.
times. That's always impressive.
I always like that kind of commitment to something. It's
Hmm.
true. It's true. Ah, I thank you, because it was something that I was having actually a lot of fun, especially because I love to travel and I can't. So I was even asking like the food that I should do. So I was really trying to get into that culture and listen to the radio while I was like going to through the street views. And yeah, I was trying to get Instagram more like something I share with people, like a place where I can share things that I like, not only caring about the followers, but really like since we are locked in our houses, I want to talk to artists about things that I like. So this was one, like cultures. So I was asking people in stories like, where should I go next? And then they told me a strange place like that is close by here is South America, but they don't have Street View. So it's like, now how do I do that? Then I went into YouTube. So I love the discovering process, and that was a nice exercise to that.
You said you also, when you're going to draw from a place or in Google Street View or something, you put the radio of that place on as well to get in the mood.
Uh-huh, uh-huh. So when I went to Mexico,
Ah,
Guadalajara, I asked one of our like teammates which radio should I listen to, and of course everything is in internet now. So
mm,
I put the radio, and I made torta salada. So
mm.
I was living that little bit
That's so
of Mexico.
awesome.
Uh-huh. That was
Damn.
nice.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely please continue that. I mean,
Oh, thank you, thank you.
as a hobby, just continue that because like it shows that's something you love. I mean, trust me, like I have the same feeling about my podcast. I love it. I love doing it. I recorded this is the third podcast I'm doing in a day.
Uh-huh.
And at first I'm not doing it for followers or any success or anything. I'm just doing it because I like it. That's the main thing. And when that is the core of your motivation, even if your followers are like 10 followers or maybe your cousins or family or friends just are just
Uh-huh.
followers, you don't care. You just do it, because it's for yourself, you know. And it's so rewarding when you get higher and higher numbers and you just go higher on that mountain, and after like 3 months you see, wow, you know like that
But I
feeling
also
is
heard like,
something that's really fulfilling for me.
uh-huh. And even if you get bigger, I heard like people saying that you should take care about the first ones, because it's the people who you have more contact with. Because if you get too big, you can't answer everyone. But the first ones that are talking to you when you were little, like the people who really answer to
Mm,
that kind of post that I do, is like I'm connecting to new people, like people that have the same interests that I do. I have.
yeah, exactly. I mean, you're absolutely right, by the way. And like, I remember when I started, the podcast, I was like too nervous and shy. I think I said this a couple of times in other episodes, by the way, for anyone who's listening. It's a story. But I was too shy to even like message people with like 1K or 2K followers and it's actually such an unhealthy way of thinking in terms of followers. But that's something
Hmm.
subconsciously we all do, subconsciously. Now I was like, oh my god, they would never message me. I have like 14 followers or something, why would they message me? And so I never did that for a long time. So I just stick to people I know.
Uh huh.
Then after a while,
Yeah.
of course, I got more confidence. So I started messaging, and I got more confident. And right now, I just message anyone. I don't care how much follower they have. And a lot of times, surprisingly, it's weird. Some of them right now, like huge names in this industry, they message me back. They say, "All right, this time," or they say no, or they're busy. But it's weird. They
That's
message
awesome.
back, you know.
Uh huh.
And
No, it's great that you like. It's like you said, you start losing the all the self consciousness you have, like,
yeah,
and it's amazing, amazing. I'm glad I'm here because it's a new connection that we are doing, and you are doing awesome, something
yeah,
awesome.
awesome, nice, nice. I'm happy as well. And by the way, just one question: where is your studio situated, located? Is in Colombia, right?
No, my boss is Cambodian, so
Hmm.
literally the other side of the world,
Oh yeah.
and we don't have like a physical place now. We were
Ah.
thinking about going to Cambodia, but then the whole thing started, and so,
Yeah.
and we were already working everybody from their homes, so we just continued normal. So we have the time zone thing problem, but
Hmm.
actually we are really
Hmm.
used to it already.
Yeah, I think that's just such an interesting idea. Companies without physical offices.
It's it's nice to
Yeah.
be able to see people, but working from home, like we wouldn't have that kind of team, like being a small company and having everybody, like people from all over the world, if it wasn't like that.
Yeah. All you need is just a Discord server or some Zoom meetings
Uh-huh.
done, and
Yeah.
all the work is online. I mean, that's damn. That welcome to the
It's
future, everyone.
yeah, no, it's amazing. You just have to find the nice hour that everybody could be online, because that's hard.
Oh yeah.
But apart from that, it's like it's a normal, like it's even like if I'm not that inspired or I have something trouble in my mind, I can stop, because people is not waiting for me on that time, or I'm not in in the office at that time, I can go for a walk and then I come back and continue my work. Even if I work late, it's my decision what times of the day I
Wow,
want to work.
that's really awesome. I was like, maybe you guys. I was gonna say that that's actually a smart idea. That if you want to have an office in Cambodia, because probably the taxes are lower than other countries. But when you said that we're online, I was like, that's even better.
Uh-huh.
You know?
We just need like to find the a place for us to meet sometimes, like, because I don't know everybody yet. I actually just know 2 or 3 people from the company like in place, because 2 of them are Cambodian, Colombian.
Mhm.
So I met them here. But apart from that, like, I don't know the other people
By
in
the
real life.
way, sorry, I apologize for my ignorance, but I was wondering, is Colombian's language also Portuguese?
No, Spanish.
Ah,
So when I got here, I I didn't speak any Spanish. I was making. I still do a mess. I speak mostly Portuñol with them, but they don't understand me
yeah, I
because it's
just
like
know.
Portuguese and Espanol.
Yeah, they're different. They're different. They're
A little
different
bit,
people.
yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, it's like someone saying someone Japanese going to Korea and they can't speak Korean. Like they're different languages. They're different languages. Seriously.
Yeah, but there's a lot of similar words in Latin
Yep.
languages,
Yeah. Like
but
the
that just make
only.
it. Uh-huh.
Yeah. Sorry. Go on.
That just makes sometimes harder to learn because I know the word is similar, so I
Mhm.
just speak the Portuguese one, and people look at me like, "No, you're not speak Spanish." I was like, "Ah, okay, let me try again."
Yeah, I mean the only Spanish is such an interesting language. Like it's easy to learn, I assume, and because it's phonetic as well,
Yeah,
and like you as you write it, you read it, which is super nice. And like I just know "Donde está casa de puta," which I think, if I'm not wrong, means "Where's the bathroom?" Right?
how? Como?
"Donde está casa de puta?"
No, don't say that.
Wait,
You were asking where is the burdel, I think.
wait, did someone teach me a wrong thing?
Yeah, totally.
You're joking, right?
No, I'm not. The person who did it to you
Well,
was
everyone would
joking.
just witness a bra moment right now.
Yep. No.
Yeah,
¿Dónde
but
está el
it's
baño?
yeah,
It's the.
yeah. I'm not gonna edit it out. It was good. It was good. This is history. This is history. Oh my god. All right. Let's move on. Let's just move on. Let's
Uh-huh.
just move on. Yeah. All right. What is the main subject of your artworks and what made them interesting to you? But by artworks, I mean the artworks you do personally for yourself.
Hmm. So yeah, I wish I could do like a. I wish I would take the time to make a whole project about the environment and everything, but I'm still sticking to the characters. So I always take a theme and try to imagine 3 or 4 people because I'm doing one for the challenge, the character design challenge. But when are my personal projects, I like to make more than one character to give the variety of the word. And I'm finding out that normally when I choose the themes, it end up it ends up being something more futuristic. I think even if I like the history, I don't like a lot of the problems we had in the past, like women not doing all the jobs and the races and everything. So I was like, I like to imagine future society.
Well, actually, that's an interesting viewpoint that you just catapulted yourself to the future. That like, screw all of this drama and
Yeah,
things that's going on. I'm out of here.
all the prohibitions, like no, because if you try to do something like people, but women wouldn't do that in the past. Like, okay, so I'm skipping that. I'm going to the future where I can make female characters being doing whatever.
All right. And I was just wondering. I mean, in Spanish or Portuguese, doesn't matter. Could you teach me this sentence? Um. Well,
But
how? Wait. Oh, praise be to the All Father Lord Jesus. I want to pray so I can get the sin of what I said out. You know?
but praise Lord is like, I don't know. I know what that means, but I don't know the right translation.
Any prayer works.
Okay. But the main one, the main prayer, like Pai Nosso que estás no céu, like that thought. I don't know, the main prayer that Catholics do is like,
Yeah.
in Portuguese is Pai Nosso que estás no céu.
By no
Should I
success
do
of
this?
no.
Sorry.
Let's just move on. Let's just move on. That's good. That's it's a thought that counts.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah. I
thought that
think if you,
counts. I think now that I'm trying to put the pieces of the puzzle back together, I can understand what the sentence I just said 5 minutes ago means, and
hmm,
I regret every second of that. And yeah,
yeah, I think you should learn. I like no, don't ask your friends how to translate things because they, if you don't like now, Google helps a lot with that. Like I was
no.
traveling
Here's the
a
thing.
few years ago and I had to
Yeah.
like look everything in Google. I was like, how do I ask the bathroom? And I wouldn't even be able to say it. Like it was check. So I was just like, show, like, can you please read it? Because I don't know how to say it.
All right. Yeah. I mean, I can get that because I'm living in Turkey for 2 years now, and I'm not Turkish. I'm from Iran, and yeah, I still have
Uh-huh.
the same problem with the language. So yeah,
Yeah, Turkish is
unfortunately.
not easy. All
I
right.
mean, for me, which my
Is similar?
main language is Farsi. Yes, it has a lot of similar words
Ah,
and
okay.
grammar. So, but because I'm lazy, I still haven't gone fully through it. So,
No, I get it. I
and
don't like grammar. I like to talk, but I don't like
yes,
grammar.
yeah. And all right, what technologies and softwares do you mostly use for your works?
What is, sorry, can you repeat?
What technologies and softwares do you
Uh,
mostly use for your works?
so, yeah, the basic Photoshop and Procreate to draw. I'll, but I think one important part of the art process is like looking for references. So Pinterest, Instagram, looking for hashtags. Like for example, the last character that was Iris Apfel. I found out later that like looking for the hashtag of her glasses, female glasses, because she has huge glasses, was a good idea to look for new things like people glasses that people are selling, but that could be inspiration for the character. And yeah, I like to put everything in PureRef. Is like a software where you have a big canvas where you can save everything there. So it's also a good tool. And I like to organize my whole thing. Like I have a lot. When you asked about my reference artists, it was hard because I have a huge board of like all the characters that I find amazing for one idea or another, and I try to save everything on a software like Notion, where I can make databases and categorize them by what I like from them. So when I want to look for, okay, I need a reference artist for characters, I can just look for that tag, and it comes out all the artists that I have saved so far.
And do you use a particular tablet or drawing tablet?
I have an iPad, yeah,
Oh,
because
Procreate. Yeah, makes sense.
yeah, Procreate, yeah. But you mean also like for the computer is a Huion now?
Mm.
For a few years, I have been using Huion. Huion.
It's been a good tablet, right?
Yeah, yeah. Especially the last ones, they have like improved a lot. I have followed them for a few years, so the first one was not as good, but then I got a new one, and now like the the pen doesn't have like the charging thing anymore. So yeah, I'm
I
liking
mean,
it a lot.
it's really interesting that of course everyone knows Wacom. It's like a household
Hmm.
name and it's great, but it's so weird that even if you make a good product, you can't. It's kind of hard to compete with it. You know?
It's because it's so expensive that it's hard for when you are choosing to buy something so
Mm.
expensive. It's hard to take the risk.
Mm-hmm.
But Huion was like half of the price, and
Mm.
from people in Latin America, especially like dollars are so high in comparison to our
Yeah, I know
money
what you mean.
that I tried. I took the risk, and I'm glad. I'm glad
Mm.
it was worth it.
Yeah, awesome. And any advice and tips for a good portfolio and resume for artists?
Hmm. So it's nice because I think a good a good advice would be like try to put yourself in the place of the people who will hire you. Because before I was an art director, I would think as an artist, I was like, I don't know, I was full of questions. But now that I had to hire someone already, it's a difference. So I think that exercise could help. It's like if you had to put yourself and tell your boss, I want to hire that artist. It's like, how can you be sure that is a good artist? So try to put yourself on the other side so you can complete what they need. So now, for example, that advice of like try to take out your bad art out of your portfolio, because when someone is looking to your portfolio, it's like if you left that one there, it's like because you don't know it's a bad thing, because you have improved. So take it out, because then people is not questioning how good is your judgment. So this kind of things is easier if you think on the other side.
Hmm, interesting. And by the way, just asking, do you have
Mhm.
any information about your company on how is the usual process on um like what are you guys looking for exactly when you want to hire someone? Like for example, you have three different, for example, let's say you want 3D animators, all right?
Mhm.
And aside, and they all have perfect resumes, all right? Interesting, perfect resumes. What would set someone apart from those three? That's the
Hmm.
question.
So I that's the thing. Like we the last process we had was to hire like that shoot the artist, and I think was the details like look for the walking cycle kind of things, like because the art is amazing. Like people want to show the amazing thing that like that gets a lot of attention. But if you look for a walk cycle, you can see how much attention they put on the simple things too. So that was one of the things that we looked to.
Yeah, I heard that like I'm just concluding from a lot of interviews I had on podcasts
Hmm.
that one of the things that people are really into, like how chill and genuine you are. And what I mean by that is like, for example, of course, when you go into an interview, you should be formal, you should be polite, you should, um, be as appealing as you can be. But there's like sometimes when you go in, for example, you applied for a job as a joke because you think you would never have that job, and you just go
Hmm.
there as not that you are being impolite or something, but you're like, hey, how's it going? And you're just chill. You just have a chill vibe with you, and you don't like try to, when they ask you about the company, you don't try to like say, oh, I love this company, I will do anything for it, I would die for it, because that's usually how interviews kind of, the energy is. But
Hmm.
when you have that real energy, it's different.
Yeah, I think you're right, because I think this idea of formal was something more in the past. Like I don't know why that we had that division, but think about like you're not going to work with that person in a formal state. Like I don't talk to all the artists like, no, we are starting a meeting now and we should be serious. No, we are people and we should be friends, because I don't want to be working with someone that I don't like or I
Yeah.
don't like to talk to. So it's very hmm it's very
Interesting point.
right.
You
It's very
don't
smart what
want
you
to.
say. Like don't be that formal. It's like I want to know you. I want to know
Exactly.
if I want to work with you, and you should also, because interview is not only one side.
Yep.
The artist should also know if he wants to work with me.
Actually, like, I'm not kidding. This episode has been one of the most super important episodes ever because some of the really interesting points that I've never, like, pinpointed ever or was ever pinpointed just brought up in this episode. Aside from the Spanish lesson that was on, forget that. That never happened. But honestly, yeah, you're right. You want to be around the corporations aren't machines, they're humans. A corporation
Mhm.
consists of humans, and humans like to have fun and be
Yeah,
chill
even if
and calm.
if you need to have systems, but yeah, we
Yeah,
we
and
need to live with that people. Like so many hours you put of your life you put into the work, so you should be happy there.
yeah, like for example, here's the thing. There's one person who is like super good at their job, but they're like so strict and they're like kind of robotic or something. Not that I'm judging anyone who's like that, good for
Mhm.
you. But you need to also take into consideration that if there's like another person, person B, who is also super good at their job, but maybe a slightly less than maybe slightly less better than the other guy, but is super social, has super good social and communication skills. Like
Hmm.
honestly, if I had a studio, I would hire this guy. Not that I have
Be-
any judgment on that guy, but
no, but
this
it's
is more
like
important.
because similar people, a more robotic other person would hire the robotic one, and they would be happier together than trying to put a robotic one and a like
Mm,
more enthusiastic person together because they never gonna be easy going
click
around
together.
each other.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, another good point. Hmm, you're right. You're absolutely right. It's about the environment.
Yeah. Thanks. It's like I know people who is looking for the first job and think because I remember how I was like you want that job like most more than everything else. But like if they didn't hire you because it was not the best place for you there,
Yep,
you're gonna find a new one and you should find a place where you be happy.
exactly. And speaking of works and companies, what are you working on right now that you can tell us about? What kind of project is it? Of course, if it's something that there's an NDA involved, we can skip right past this question. But if
No,
that's
no,
not the
no.
case, tell us what you're doing.
We are working on three games. Like, huh? We have like more. We are trying to divide the company in more two teams, like where we have the hyper casual games for mobile that I have helped a little bit in one of the games. But the two main games that I'm working are another game for mobile that is a match 3 RPG, and I was doing most of the characters and the ideas that are coming from the game director and game designers were so crazy, like putting medieval things with concepts from the future or making the whole story into a compacted few years. So the modernization of the weapons was something that happened really fast. And this whole idea of putting so many references together was nice. So that's one of the games. And the other one is a platform game about an introvert. So that's
Mm,
where I like was loving to talk with the other people from the team because for me talk to people is something that sometimes is scary, but I think I can pass through that part really fast. It's like, okay, I started talking, now I'm good.
mm-hmm.
While some of the more introvert people in the team were passing me the idea of like how it is to be an introvert when you need to talk to people. So the whole game is about how an introvert could go out of the house and trying to avoid the extroverts he can find in the way. So it's a funny game.
Interesting. And actually, just I had a question. Good thing you pointed out about mobile games. Do you personally? Is there any mobile game you personally consistently play and you like?
Now, not so much, but Clash of Clans
Mm-hmm.
also took a lot of time in my life. Like when I was like working and I would have like my village by my side, like just checking if someone had attacked me or not. So
Yeah,
that's
it
also
used to be super popular. Yeah, I remember. Even it was super popular back in Iran, like around
really.
2015, 16. Yeah, everybody was, except me. I remember I played it for like 14 minutes, then I deleted it because I'm not judging anyone who plays the game or anything, but the only difference with it is someone who has better than you than not than you. It's not just skill; it's just how much time they spend. So it was basically a grind game, you know.
And I was part of that. It was like all the time with the cell phone by my side.
Yeah, it's
But
addictive. You know, get the
later,
number up, get the number up, get the number up. I get the addiction part of it.
but like the clan, when you had a clan and you were going against another clan, was a nice because then you had like a strategy of the teams, like trying to get someone that had the same number of I don't remember the number of stars that you had or the same level as you, and you would like try to find a strategy to do your part on that team.
Mhm.
Even if sometimes you knew it was like impossible, that guy is so much stronger than me. But it was fun to have the team to be part of something.
Yeah, yeah, I get that. I mean, it's also super common in World of Warcraft as well. What you just said, when you get a
Yeah, I
team
think
and
I
you
like
go
that kind
against
of
each other.
games where you feel part of something. It's not about
Yeah,
only about being the
exactly.
best.
Have you tried Minecraft?
No, but people
Oh
told me
my
I should try.
god, try it as soon as you can. It's one of the funnest games ever. Like I
But it's
still
gonna be another game that I'm gonna be trapped into, right?
exactly because
Yeah.
I'm sure you're gonna love it, and rightfully so. I can't. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm not gonna spoil anything, but trust me, give it a try.
Uh,
You won't regret it.
Because I was like, I played also the Don't Starve.
Oh yeah, that's actually really good as well.
Yeah, with a few friends, and was awesome. Like that time of the day where we would get into and talk to them and try to see why did you die the last time and trying to improve this time. And after we got tired of that one, we thought like we should try Minecraft Live after.
Yeah, actually, Minecraft multiplayer is so fun. You guys can set up a server for free on Eterna, so you don't ever pay anything, and
Uh-huh.
it's so fun. You can make stories for yourselves, role play, make bases, attack each other, get
Nice. Yeah,
creative
yeah.
with
I
it,
don't know if you should try. Like,
or maybe build alliances. Just make a city together.
uh-huh.
You know.
Cool.
And
Okay.
actually, an interesting story. Like, there's a lot of interesting stories from the community of Minecraft, but one of them that sticks out to me and I always tell is that in 2015-16, a part of Kosovo, in Europe,
Hmm.
was was renovated and rebuilt by the design of, I think, a couple of teenagers, three, four
Uh-huh.
teenagers who made renovated the area in Minecraft,
Wow.
and real life like
Copy them.
engineers and architecture, yes, with the help of them, made. I have the video. I'm not making
I
this
want to
up, by
see
the way.
that. Yeah.
I'm not making this up. You can check it on the Minecraft YouTube channel. It was, I think, the videos was from during the 1.17 caverns and cliffs update. Yes, I have the link for anyone who's wondering and listening to this right now. Message me and I'll send you the link. And if in case if anyone was wondering, and
No,
let's go to.
humanity is amazing. Like, see how games can make amazing things.
Yes, exactly. And yeah, a lot of good things has come from Minecraft, and like it would take me like at least 20 minutes to give you just a brief introduction to Minecraft or
Mhm.
something. I'm not gonna do that, but um,
No, but yeah, let me think because I have so many things that I want to try. So it's another one on my list. But yeah,
no, but it's
I
about
definitely should try.
priorities.
Okay, okay, it's going up on my priorities.
Exactly. Now, what area beside the area you're working on right now would you be interested to explore and learn in the future, even if you had like enough time and resources and energy? For example, if you had enough time and resources, so you could, easily, with the calm state of mind, pursue something else, aside what you're doing, which is art. It could be anything art, non-art related, by the way.
Ooh, no, everything is art related, I think. Because like now I'm trying to start a sculpture. So it's another art, but it's nothing to do what I'm doing. But let me think if there's something that wouldn't be art. Hmm. Because for example, I would like to make clothes for myself, and that would be something that I would not put the the I forgot, but the creativity part of it, I wouldn't do that. I would just follow rules. Like I would download models and just do it. Would be more hobbies to not use my brain, my creativity part of the brain.
Mm, that sounds
But yeah,
interesting.
no, nothing related to music because I'm horrible at that.
Yeah, same.
So no, maybe food. I love food. I love to cook.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe I really like becoming a bartender someday. Like, it's like one of those things
Ooh.
I want to learn. Like, one, I really like coffee mixing and, like, things related to coffee, and another one, bartending. Just making drinks and getting creative with that. I love
Ah,
that.
nice. Have you tried from Colombia? Coffee from Colombia?
Oh yeah, oh yeah,
Ah, okay, good, good.
oh yeah. Trust me.
Because I learned it to like coffee here. Even if Brazil has good coffee, I was just started like liking it while I'm here.
But I really like Ethiopian coffee a lot more. They're much more
Really?
stronger.
Ooh, I should
Actually,
try that.
fun fact: the first place on the planet Earth that was ever coffee was grown was Ethiopia. Then sailors
Hmm.
from, like, you can check from, like, around the time where Spanish and conquistadors were going to, South America, they brought, coffee beans with them because they loved it, of course. They would just snort it even. They loved it that much. And yeah, and of
And it's
course,
strange now that part of the world, like South America, is well known for the coffee now. Huh, I
yeah,
didn't know.
that's actually
It
the
didn't start
interesting
here.
part. Yeah, no, no, it actually started from Ethiopia apparently, and yeah, I mean they're both good, but it's just a matter of preference, you know.
No, but yeah, I would like to try.
Yeah.
But yeah, drink making mixing drinks like bartender is also a nice thing to
Really
put in
fun.
the list. Uh-huh.
Mm. And well, with everything that's been said and done, to conclude all we discussed, please give us a roadmap for someone who is zero in visual arts and wants to get to the place you are in terms of skill set. Like where to start, best tools, softwares, preferred books, courses, anything like from here wants to go to here.
Uh-huh.
And what would those steps look like?
I think one of the things that helped me a lot changed from like slow improving to a faster improvement thing is like rapid feedback. So try something and compare it to the one you would like to do and see what are the things that are missing. Take one of the things, like study that, train that, and then try again and see if you got if you improved. So with every project that I'm trying, I see something that my master, that artists that I think are masters will do better and understand what are the little thing that I could improve. So it's like being very conscious about the one thing. Try not to tackle too many things at the same time. Try one thing, put your mind into that, train a lot, and then move to the next thing. I hope that helps.
Yeah, I think that's about it. And by the way, I just checked like 5 minutes ago. It's Donde está el bano?
Es, yes, ¿dónde está el baño?
I don't know why I didn't check that beforehand. I apologize.
See, technology.
Yes.
Yeah, no, no. It's just
And
people had fun with you,
yeah,
so
yeah,
you
it
made
was
people
fun.
laugh.
I hope so. Well, thank you for coming by. Where can people contact you if they had a question?
Yeah, and I think all social medias. I'm Nevitive.
Hmm. Yeah, I'll put your
It's
Instagram in the caption, definitely.
okay. Yeah, thank you,
Yeah, and I'll tag you
because
as well.
it's the
And
easiest way.
yes, and thank you everyone for watching and tuning in. And take care. See you in next episode. Have a good day. Bye.